Attorney dela Torre, thank you for your invitation to address your Philippine-Australian Business Forum today. Let me personally congratulate you, Attorney, on the work you are doing in Australia promoting and bringing together Filipinos and Australians and developing relations between our two great countries. Your work has been and will continue to be invaluable. So too is the work of the Philippines Ambassador to Australia, Belen Anota, and the Consulate General Anne Jalandawan Louis. I have a story, a great story, that I would like to share with you. My relationship with the Philippines has been developed over a 20-year period. One of my companies, Austock Exports, commenced live cattle exports into the Philippines in 1994. We developed a relationship with the Alcoriza family, who were the premier importers from Australia at the time. At the height of our reign in 1999, Austock Exports loaded 54 vessels in a 52-week period, shipping in excess of 100,000 cattle that year. Generations earlier, the Alcoriza family had developed a business called dela that fattened, slaughtered and marketed beef in the Philippines. The family matriarch, D.A. Alcoriza, was an inspirational man with innovative ideas who led his company with the strength developed around honesty to both his countrymen and those he chose to work with. D.A. has a wonderful story of his own, how the first importation of Australian cattle came about, but I will leave that story to a later time. D.A. Alcoriza was supported by a family entrenched in the meat business. I recall meeting D.A.'s mother many times working through the night, preparing meat at the wet meat market in the family stall. At this time, the eldest Alcoriza siblings, Dennis and Joyce, were making their mark on the dela company. Both smart and articulate people, our Australian business partners grew to enjoy and trust them. Nowadays, Paul and Joden Alcoriza play significant management roles in the reformed company meat world. The glue that molds and holds the family together is often the wife and mother in any family dynasty. Leonora Alcoriza has the mantle of being this person in the Alcoriza dynasty. Not only the family maker, Nora is a worker with a deft hand in butchering, yet she remains feminine to the core. Our relationship with the Alcoriza family developed into partnering them at the Polymolic feedlot in South Cotabato. It was this partnership where I really began to understand the Filipino people. They were proud but humble people. There were 17 main working men at the feedlot that appreciated our support. That meant employment and hence food on the table for their families. We treated these people as equals. We would joke with them and they would laugh with us. One of my vivid recollections was staying at the feedlot quarters for a number of days during midsummer with a business partner. We were running short of clean clothes and mentioned we would have to get back into town the next day to refresh our workwear. Alas, next morning at daybreak, we were looking to dress and our soiled clothes were gone from our room, only to find them neatly folded outside our door, washed and dry. Our work boots were clean and polished. Nobody would admit to it, but our friends had obviously been at work. The leader of this Filipino feedlot team was a fellow called Arnel Corpaz. D.A. Alcoriza had employed this young man some many years earlier and had recognised his attributes and had made him feedlot manager. Arnel was smart, he was articulate, he was a good leader and respected by all around him. He knew and understood feedlot business. He understood man management. He was neat and tidy. He was characteristically honest. He did not swear and above all, he was loyal to the very bone. During mid-2004, feedlotting in the Philippines became just too financially difficult. The Australian dollar and Philippine peso drifted too far apart to economically continue the import of Australian cattle. The feedlot was closed. It was a terribly difficult time since we had all grown very fond of the workers. My business partner, Dr. Shane Blakely, appreciated the academic strengths of Arnell and enrolled him into a feedlotting technical course at the University of New England in Armidale, New South Wales, Australia. The Alcariza family supported the initiative. Arnell excelled, with the lecturer saying to us on completion of the course, Arnell knows more about the technology of feeding ruminants a fibre-based diet than we do. With our support, Arnell found employment in the Connigan feedlot at Marlborough in central Queensland. In true fashion, Arnell quickly gained the solid respect of his fellow workers and the feedlot owners. This native Filipino boy was soon feedlot manager, a role in which he excelled and relished. This was 8 years ago. Arnell, the true family man, took biannual breaks to be back with his family. As his children grew older, the calling of his presence back with the family became stronger. At the same time, the importance of his management skills at the Connigan feedlot were dragging at his loyalty strings. One had to give. So strong was his relationship with the Connigan family, they gave their blessing for Arnell to follow his dreams and return to his country. Before Arnell could return, he needed to establish a business that would support his young and academically eager children. Over the years, while in Australia, other feedlotters got to know and realised the Connigan family had a loyal workforce that could be relied on, headed by Arnell. They would ask Arnell, "Can you find others like you that would work for us?" Arnell could see an opportunity. He could offer his countrymen the same opportunity he had 8 years earlier, and he could go home to develop the business while with his beloved family. Arnell approached Michael Goodwin and me with the idea. The dream was born. Today, as I deliver this presentation to you, the new company, Australian Filipino Recruitment Corporation, has been registered in the Philippines, and Filipino men and women are starting a fresh life in Australia. Initially, we looked to target the feedlot and pastoral industries, but now realise the skilled base of workers in the Philippines stretches far beyond the pastoral industries. We are now targeting other industries that are desperate for loyal and honest skilled labour, the likes of mining, health, community care and industrial industries. Arnell is president of the fledgling company, based in General Santos, and together with colleges and universities, Arnell will target the specific skills needed in Australia. Michael and I will continue to seek those companies and employers that have the skills and empathy to work with Filipino migrants and treat them as their own. We look forward to servicing the needs of Australian employers and at the same time giving your people an opportunity to better their positions in life. On a personal note, I note one of your moderators today is Ms. Violi Servi, a past chair of the Philippine-Australian Business Council. I met Violi a number of times many years ago in the Mandarin Hotel in Makati. I do look forward to making the acquaintance again. Please give Violi my best regards. Attorney dela Torre, again, thank you for giving me the opportunity of addressing your forum. Your continued support, together with your government, is invaluable. I will endeavour to support your people in genuine employment where they gain knowledge and financial support for their families at home. Thank you for your time and for listening to my address.